Hey, good morning and welcome back to the Daily Deer, a daily episodic dedicated to keeping your mind in the deer woods all year round. Today is February 11th. Let's go ahead and get into the deer woods. Hopefully, everyone's having a great day, and we'll start it off today with a quote from Marcus Aurelius: "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be one." I think the ethics of hunting are deeply personal and should always be rooted in respect for the land, the animal, and of course, other hunters, which is very near and dear as an ethos to the okayest hunter brand. Although we have a lot of self deprecating humor and things of that nature, humility is one of our tenets, and Stoicism embodies a lot of that. The practice of maintaining discipline, patience, emotional control in the face of nature's unpredictability, I think, ties incredibly close to Stoicism insofar as it's about can not it's about the fact that there are things in life of which you cannot control. That is the main premise. And what you can control is how you react to things. And that is up to us. I mean, of course, there are things in your sphere of influence in life that you can control. Most things you can't, especially with deer hunting. You can control like maybe getting out of bed in time and practicing some good scent regimen and being diligent with your gear and practicing your round and getting some muscle memory built in and all of those things. But at the end of the day, if a coyote bumps a deer out of his bed before you get there, you have no idea. It's way out of your control. So, and if another hunter shows up, again, way out of your control. There's all sorts of different variables, whether if it's going to rain. I remember last September, I hunted during a thunderstorm in September. It was pretty wild, and that was far out of my control, and I just stuck it out. But and that was one of those things where I could have been upset, frustrated. Maybe I was a little scared the lightning was going to strike my tree, but I just kind of hunkered down and dealt with the hail and the pouring rain and soaking wet. And once it kind of stopped and the sun emerged, I remember watching a doe feeding on some browse. Just she's a little out of range, and at that point, I wasn't gonna shoot her. So it was just like this peaceful moment. There's thunder rolling in the back, in the background, off in the distance, and it was a great hunt. And it was the only hunt I could do before we were leaving on a two back-to-back vacations. And so I just was like, I'm out here. I might as well enjoy this. Like, what would I have to dislike about this experience? It was, again, it wasn't in my control what had happened, but it was within my control, with how I responded. And so conditions obviously won't always be ideal. In fact, far from it. Most of the time, the wind will change directions, all that stuff. It's about accepting that not every hunt will be successful. Conditions won't always be ideal, and that failure is really a part of the process, and a damn big one too, because it's our best teacher in life, hands down. I don't know about you guys, but I certainly didn't listen to my parents about any lessons they tried to teach me for some dumb reason. I had to go learn it the hard way myself and fail to freaking have it be soldered into my mind. And I was like, man, it would have been a lot easier if I would have just listened to my parents. That's just how we're wired as humans. So, a stoic hunter, if we're looking at hunting as a stoic, is focused on what they can control: preparation, skill, mindset, while letting go of what they can't, like weather, animal movement, or luck, things I just mentioned. I'm just kind of reading off my notes here. So, the approach to hunting that would embody a lot of stoicism means embracing the grind, which hunting is a damn grind. By the end of like a hardcore rutcation, you could be pretty mentally beat down, which is weird because we hunt to enjoy things and actually escape from life a little bit and find peace and solitude, reset, get back to neutral. So that very thing that we're chasing then ends up becoming a bit of the stressor at some point. You get your ass handed to you by the deerwood sometimes and by the wily whitetail. But adapting those challenges without frustration is difficult, though doable, and finding fulfillment in the experience rather than just the outcome is the big idea there. In insofar as, of course, you're gonna get frustrated if you didn't, tag that target buck or that one you had on your cell cam. Like, deer hunting has always been and should always be about the process. Anytime I go hunting, I consider that a win. Anytime I'm going hunting and I see a deer, double win. Anytime I'm going hunting and have an opportunity at a deer, triple win. Anytime I go hunting and have an opportunity here and let an arrow fling, like quadruple bonus. If I get one, now we're like it's just all bonus. Everything is bonus. Like bonus is not given to us. It's I don't even know how to define the word without using the word bonus, but it's inherent in and of itself. So try to really, as you think about next season, you reflect on last season and all that stuff. I know it's February 11th. This has nothing to do with anything. It's just a mindset. It's about respecting the hunt and learning from your mistakes and showing gratitude for the opportunity, whether you fill a tag or not. Epictetus said, happiness and freedom begin with a clear understanding of one principle. Some things are within our control and some things are not. Plain and simple. And gosh, I could quote these guys, and I do all day long. And it's just, I can't find another discipline other than like the Bible that relates to hunting so much. So, this is just great, great content, great thought provoking concepts for today. So, the tip today is set your own standards high, but don't judge others for hunting in a way that's different from your own. And so long as it's ethical and legal, which is one of the staple, taglines of the okayest hunter, my tag, my hunt. And I don't mean that in a selfish, like posturing type of way. I mean it to have other people reflect back on themselves. Like we should not be concerned with what other people are doing. Again, the first quote of the episode: waste no more time arguing what a good man should be and just be one. You don't have to go put your opinion and POV point of view on other people, other hunters. It's your own thing. It's a very personal, intrinsic thing that we do, so long as it's legal and ethical. And one more quote is be tolerant with others and strict with yourself. Another quote by Marcus Aurelius. Look, be as hard as you want on yourself. That's all good and dandy, but you need to be tolerant with other people. You're going to drive yourself crazy. And for the people that you are trying to impact with your own mantra, they're not going to want to hear it. I mean, shoot, I can't even get myself to go to the gym. How am I going to convince someone else to do anything? We don't have that much power, over ourselves. We should, but certainly not over other people. So if you think you're really going to change someone's mind by getting on the keyboard and being a keyboard cowboy and telling them that they should do things this way, I mean, you couldn't be wasting time in a more ridiculous manner. It's not going to happen. The way to show people is to be an exemplar, to embody the thing that like is the best version of yourself or as a hunter. And as you do that, you'll see other people will just kind of gravitate towards it. By being an exemplar, you will just inspire other people to do things. And and what's more beautiful about that is that that's not the goal of what you're doing. I think about some of the hunters that are relevant in today's time: the Zach Farrenbaus, the Aaron Warbritons, the Dan Infalts, Lee Ellis, all these guys, and there's the gals out there too that are doing things. I don't think they give a crap what anyone else thinks about them, and why should they? And they're certainly not talking down to anybody. By and large, they're teaching, they're helping, they're showing, they're trying to, like, at this point in the different stages of the hunter's journey, they're becoming more of like a sportsman where they're trying to really help others. And I think that's a great place to end this. Is if anything else, help others. But today's episode is a Stoic's approach to the hunt. So that was one that I was excited to do today, and had to rip it off real quick before I get the kids on the bus and all the chaos starts. So hope you enjoyed today's episode and trekking into the deer woods today. If you like this kind of stuff and want to have more, maybe you don't want to listen to it, you can click the link in our show notes and subscribe to our daily deer newsletter. With that, have a great day, and thanks for trekking into the deer woods with me.